Hello everyone, today I'm here to do another Mashup review. I've done a ton of these on my channel these past few months and I hope to keep doing them. I really enjoy doing them. Basically what a Mashup review is, where I take usually 3 books, I try to do it within the same genre, and review them all in one video. So it's easier, quicker, and just more fun. Today is a mystery thriller mashup, which I've never done before. I'm very, very excited to do so. And the books I will be talking about / reviewing today are Don't You Cry by Mary Kabika, Lion Game by Ruth Ware, and Final Girls by Riley Sager. As always, I'm going to leave timestamps down below in the description box in case you want to see one particular book review in particular. The first book I'm going to talk about today is Don't You Cry by Mary Kabika. This is my second Mary Kabika book and I really enjoyed it. I quickly found that I am a huge fan of Mary Kabika books. She writes such really gripping, mysterious books that draw me in. This is my favorite of hers, but like I said, I've only read 2 of them, so I've got a lot to go. This is all about a girl named Esther, and Esther one day disappears from her Chicago apartment. It mainly focuses on her roommate Quinn. Quinn does not know where Esther has gone. She doesn't know if she's been kidnapped, if she's killed, if she left on her own accord. Quincy is quickly trying to figure out what happened to Esther, so we have that going on. Meanwhile, in a completely different part of the story, we have a guy named Alex who works at a coffee shop, and he's very much has a mundane life where it's the same thing every single day, and then one day a mysterious girl pops up in the coffee shop, and he can't help but get entranced by her and kind of follow her around and try to uncover her secrets. So that is what this whole book is about. We have these 2 kind of parallel stories that are going on. They intertwine, obviously, but you just don't know how. I really enjoyed this book. This book had me gripped. I will say it starts out a little bit slow, but the second half was so good. I had different sort of theories for the book and they were all quickly shut out. I was right about some things. I was wrong about a lot of things. This book was amazing. It was kind of has that creepy factor a little bit, but not too much in case you're like worried as I am because I'm a huge scaredy cat. But I really love this book. It makes me want to read all of Mary Kabika books. I've learned that she just really writes a gripping story and I love the way she writes. There's so many different plot twists that it's hard to keep up with, but it's all worth it at the end. I just really enjoyed this book. I gave this book a 4 out of 5. It's my favorite Mary Kabika book. I'm not surprised because a lot of people say this is their favorite, so I don't know if that's a good or bad thing that I read it this early on while reading her, but I still want to read all of her other books. And I know she just released a new one too, but I would definitely recommend this one if you like mystery thrillers. The next one I want to talk about is The Lion Game by Ruth Ware. This is her latest release. She has written 2 other books and I was kind of iffy on those, and as sad to say, I am kind of iffy on this one as well. With Ruth Ware, I've learned that I love her plot. The plot draws me in. The plot makes me want to read more, but that's kind of where my love ends. I've noticed also in her books, I really don't like the characters. Her characters are often one-dimensional. Her characters are just kind of cruel and mean, especially in A Dark, Dark Wood. I do not like that book at all. I felt like I liked The Woman in Cabin 10 a little bit more, but characters, they're just nothing, they're not characters you want to root for, which I'm not saying that's like a bad thing. Of course, there are several books I have read where I don't want to root for the characters, but I'm still so interested in them and want to figure out more about their story. That is not the case with Ruth Ware books. Oh, I feel like I'm harping right now. I mean, this was a good read. I'm not going to say it's the worst mystery book I've ever read. No. Though I felt like it just could have been more. This is all about these 4 friends that meet at a boarding school one year when they're like 14, and basically they have this thing called the Lion Game, and they get points whether or not they can carry out this lie, whether people can believe them or not, so on and so forth. Then one big event happens to them in that year of boarding school, basically all shipped away from each other. This book picks up years later when they're all adults, and we follow one of the girls, Isa, who's a new mom, and she gets a text from one of her friends that says, "I need you." So quickly all 4 of the friends band together, and basically one of their lies that they had when they were 14 is coming to light and bad things are happening, so they're having to deal with that. I found the overall premise intriguing. Like The Lion Game intrigued me, but the whole gist of this book, big mystery was revealed. I was kind of like, not that great. I felt like it could have been more. I feel like it could have packed a bigger punch, but it just didn't. I will say her characters are much more fleshed out in this book. I definitely resonate with the main character, Isa. Hopefully I pronounced that right. She's a new mom and she struggled very much with that, learning how to ask for help and not do everything herself. I was definitely resonating with her, but I don't know. I don't know what it is about the Ruth Ware novels. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way. I just kind of feel like her books are okay. I don't know if I want to continue on reading them or not. I'm just so conflicted, honestly. Like, I enjoy her writing style a lot. It makes me want to read more of her books, but I just don't like the overall plot and the characters much. So I give this one like a 3 out of 5. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst, it was kind of in the middle. So I'm sad to say, if you love this book, I am so happy that you did. I just unfortunately did not. Last, I want to talk about my favorite of this bunch, and that is Final Girls by Riley Sager. I adored this book. It scared me so much, but I really loved it. Basically, this takes on the trope of final girls. So in horror movies, there's always kind of that one girl that walks away unscathed, that survives this mass murder, and that's what this whole book is kind of about. In this book, we follow a girl named Quincy, who was one of the final girls. She and 2 other girls are dubbed the final girls. They all walked away from mass murders. In Quincy's case, there was this huge murder that happened at Pine Cottage. She was a freshman in college, and basically all of her friends were murdered, and she walked away unscathed. So this book takes place years later when Quincy's dealing with things. She's much better now. She's in a healthy relationship. She uses Xanax a lot to help calm her down. She really has a good friendship with the cop who actually saved her from those mass murders. And then one day, one of the other final girls is found dead in her bathtub, committed suicide. And then the other final girl, so keep up with me. So we have 3 final girls. We have Quincy, then we have the other girl who was found dead, and then the other final girl shows up on Quincy's doorstep, and they want to figure out what happened to this other final girl that killed herself, or did she really kill herself? So we have kind of 2 parallel timelines going on here. We have one that we're uncovering the night of things that happened at Pine Cottage, because Quincy has really repressed a lot of those memories. She's forgotten them. She doesn't want to think about them. And we also have this thing going on where they're trying to figure out the other final girl committed suicide. So this book scared me. Like I said, it reads kind of like a horror novel. You learn more about why each one of the final girls was a final girl and the murders that they had and the murders that, they walked away from. And you learn more about Pine Cottage and how, it came to be. And it was just really scary. But I'm a scaredy cat, so a lot of people probably won't find this book scary at all. That's just me. I really enjoyed this book. Honestly, a lot of people don't like it, but I loved it. And I love the ending of it as well. I wish it ended on one particular line because I thought the line was so superb. But I'd say if you're looking for a really awesome mystery thriller novel, I would highly recommend this book. This book had me guessing throughout the whole book, and it had so many different plot twists, and I did not see the ending coming at all. I could see what other people could. I did not, and I thought it was an amazing ending. So I gave this book like a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it, and I could see this being an amazing movie. A movie I might not ever see because it will scare me, but it'd be an amazing one. So there you have it. There are my thoughts and opinions on these 3 books. So if you have read any of these books, please let me know if you have the same thoughts and opinions, or if we're different from mine, that's okay too. Just let's have a talk all about mysteries and thrillers. I'm getting much more into the genre than I ever thought I would. I'm finding that I really like them if they're not too scary. If you have any recommendations for me for mystery thrillers, please leave them down in the comments below. Like I said, like stuff that I can handle. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.